What's up, everybody? Just whack the mic. How's everybody doing? I'm about to post this to our Discord server, and I'll be right back to see if anyone's in the chat. Hope everybody's doing good today. Lazy Sunday, man. Just trying to enjoy it, get a reset, and feel good. I woke up with a good amount of energy, and things are feeling pretty good today. I wanted to see what everybody else was up to. Probably gonna do the same as always. Just wait around, 5-10 minutes, see if anybody's doing, looking to communicate or participate. And if not, I'll hop off. But if so, if people come on, I'd love to talk to them. Been dealing with freaking allergies recently. I guess that's my news for the day. But finally taking allergy medicine, getting a little bit better each day, and 24-hour stuff, so it helps. But if anybody's in the chat, or if anybody's here watching, please do chime in and communicate. Let me know how you're doing, where you're watching from, and how's your Sunday going? How's your weekend going? Weather's like really nice here. I spent all day Friday and Saturday outside. Amazing. Played sports with my family, grilled out, just like the classic summer night or summer day, and it was awesome. Christopher Lee, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? How's your day going? How's your weekend going? Let me know. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. I don't know if I've talked to you before, but thanks for seeing what's up. Hope your day's going good. Where you tuning in from? But yeah, just been enjoying the weather. I am 72 degrees here. I am going next weekend to a family house. Not my it's my in-laws' house in like the forest of Indianapolis, if that's a thing. And they have a decent amount of acreage, and I'm just gonna turn off my phone for about 4 or 5 days. Maybe keep it around for music and podcasts, but no connectivity, all things downloaded. So I'm just gonna get a total reset. Oh, you're calling in from, or you're checking in from Ohio, man. That's what's up. Ruben's from Ohio, actually. So it's cool that there are multiple people tuning in from the same location. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to just going out into wilderness and getting away from everything. I'll probably bring a couple of books, bring my Kindle, and just, like I said, just get a reset. I've been living really close to a lot of protests, and before they were peaceful, they were, I guess, not before they were peaceful. They were peaceful at the start, but I'm really close to a lot of the looting and a lot of the chaos. So I've been looking for a getaway from all that. JC Cat, what's up? How you doing? You're always in on the live chats of the episodes, and I'm sorry that we haven't gotten episodes out. We're kind of just taking a little break, unplanned entirely, but as the weather gets nice, Ruben's out with his kids a lot. I'm doing a ton of different things, and we just haven't had time to record. We have guests lined up though, and I appreciate you tuning in from South Florida. How's everything going down there? My buddy is in town from South Florida. He lives in Tampa, and he was a guest on one of the podcasts. He's in town, so I've been hanging out with him for a couple of days now. But I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well in South Florida. I'm sure it's super hot down there. But about the podcast, yeah, we're gonna get some content out. I'm not sure how soon, but the next couple of guests, I think we're gonna do a crypto podcast again, which I know that's not for everybody. But I think we're gonna do a crypto podcast sometime soon. That's a topic that Ruben and I love talking about, and it definitely has ties with the current situation of unrest and chaos. So, we'll kind of tie that all in, and that'll probably be the next thing we release, because it's not guest dependent. And then after that, we having Chris back on, who we had Chris and Maria on. We're having Chris back on to talk about UFOs, and he's been super into that. So that'll be an enlightening topic because I don't know much about it. So I'm looking forward to that. And then Adam, who's been a guest twice, is coming back on because he completed Wim Hof's 10-week program, and he's going to come on and talk about that. So good stuff in the works. We're just kind of, like I said, taking a little summer break. Yeah, mental, just a mental construct anyways. Yeah, time. I know, right? I try to stress that to my peers. It's hard to convey to people that haven't had the realization that it is just like a creation to keep us running. Time, that is. It's hard to say, oh, well, that doesn't matter. Or if you have something planned for a specific date and it happens to fall apart, like with this Corona stuff. It's hard to convey that everything's going to be exactly the same when it occurs. It just can't occur right now, you know? But that's time for you. Okay, here, mostly peaceful, 80s today. That's awesome. Florida weather, man. I can't do the heat as well as you all can. I like it, but once it gets to that like 90 degree threshold, I think the most I could do is like an 88, and then I'm inside. I think it's a great time to talk UFOs. Yeah, I think so too. Sightings have gone up with a lot less city pollution, city light pollution, and just regular pollution as well. Sightings have gone up. It appears to be making a shift in the news a lot, you know, with the Department of Defense releasing those videos from their Air Force footage. Joe Rogan's talking about it a lot, and he's like just one of the big guys he's like one of the big communicators at this time. So I don't know, there's something going on with that, I feel, and now's the time to bring it up. And having on Chris, who has been studying it for a long time, but I think he has some experience flying as well, that he's seen some things, or he's better understanding of what they've released. So it's going to be an awesome talk. I can't wait for that. We're going to get some live podcasts coming here soon so that we can have guest interaction during the show. I want to do a call-in show as well. So yeah, just trying to get our ideas out there and hoping that the community continues to grow. You've been one of the constant and consistent followers, so I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody tuning in right now. And if you're tuning in and not in the live chat, go ahead and let me know where you're tuning in from, and I'd love to talk to you. Hope everybody's weekend is going great. Call-in would be great. Yeah, the problem with call-in and even these live streams, like, I worry that nobody's going to tune in, you know? So I guess I just run it for 10-15 minutes, and if nobody chimes in the chat, I'll log off. But for a call-in episode, I want to, like, not market it necessarily, but get it out to as many of our followers as we can, so that, you know, we have 10-20 people in the chat and people are actually calling in, and, you know, it's not dead. You know, I love the idea, but I'd like it to be active, you know. I appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. I really appreciate coming on here and getting out ideas or just whatever I'm thinking about. I just had a lot of good energy in me today, I noticed. And I just wanted to share that and see what everybody's doing and get our mind off the bad, you know, for a little bit. Anybody have any good ideas or guests for the podcast, though, or for the growth of this channel, or help find the others in general? We're always looking to expand ideas. we talked about kind of like having a ton of creators come in and expand what Help Find the Others is. You know, it's a pretty rigid structure right now where it's podcasts, live streams, videos, and that's been it for the time being. But I know Ruben's initial mission was to have it be a collective more than anything. So we might be trying out ways to have artists create videos, or dancers, or whoever has content that they want to broadcast on this platform, and maybe amplify it with the following that we have. And then that also increases our following because it'll be consistent content. But that's just an idea that we're kicking around. Like I said, I know that was the initial goal at the beginning of all of this for Ruben. Was in his mission statement video that you can see, he says, you know, this is not going to be just about me. This is going to be about the tribe that's coming, the enlightened tribe that's coming around, and spreading forth their ideas to the masses. You know, I firmly believe that if we can get a certain percentage of the population thinking in a positive direction, and not only just thinking, but putting those thoughts into action, and, you know, behaving in a positive manner and all that, I think we can make some pretty significant change. And even just in thought and manifestation, you never know. Thanks for sharing. Yes, good energy here too. Payoff from working on being president, integrating. Amazing how integration work goes on and on after major experiences. That is true. It's an ongoing journey, right? It's super ongoing. I don't think it ever stops, you know, until your time's up. And even then, who knows? What have you been doing to keep your energy up and, you know, being present? How have you been practicing that? Have you been meditating, or just turning off things and turning off distractions, or what have you been doing? I've realized that too, though, where it's, you have a major experience and it sticks with you. Like, there's lessons that stick with you, and there's things that you haven't worked out that stick with you, and the lessons learned in those type of experience can dramatically shift the person that you are, almost always for the better, that I've seen. But it changes the persons you are, and it can change your drive, your goals, and your mission, and your internal compass, really. Maybe longer. Yeah, right. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know if goals and dreams follow us after we leave like the physical realm. I'm not sure about that. I'll never know. I guess in my imagination, I'd think that those worries, because goals are awesome. Goals are awesome. Short-term, medium-term, long-term goals are all awesome, but there is a sense of worry and anxiety that comes with them, and pressure, but it's healthy pressure. But you'd think that once you are released from the physical body, that those kind of go by the wayside. Maybe they become something else. I don't know. But anybody have any ideas for expanding Help Find the Others? We're always looking to grow into, it's not even really a drive to grow, I guess is the wrong way to put it. It's just like, we want to hear people's stories and hear people's ideas, because it'll expand perspectives, right? It'll expand critical thinking. Some guided meditations, shutting down mainstream media in favor of philosophical stuff that I enjoy. Practicing momentary mindfulness is the biggest thing, though. Adam, what's up, dude? You're always streaming when I'm at work. Hey, thanks for just tuning in and saying what's up, dude. I really appreciate that. I try to do that with all my favorite live streamers. So thank you so much, man. I hope you're having a good day at work. I got to figure out when your work schedule is so I can do, I'm assuming, either like an evening stream or an early morning stream. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying what's up, buddy. Hope your day's going well. Hope your weekend's going really good too. But JC Cat saying, yeah, guided meditations, mainstream, shutting down mainstream media, practicing momentary. Yeah, it's you can practice it at any point, I've realized, and like I guess I've learned through experience. Oh, Adam, I'll get back to that, JC Cat. I'm an editor for a Facebook page called Psychedelic Spirituality. I can help you promote. I'm actually going to do that with Kenny. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah. Mornings are when you're most available. Okay, cool. I'll do that next time, man. I've been waking up late, but this week I'm trying to shift my schedule to a more regular, like 8 a.m. wake up type thing. So I'll get to that point. But hit me up, Adam. Let me send you. I'm gonna post my email. I don't have a Facebook. I know how it works. I used to have a Facebook, but I'm against them now. So I try not to partake in that. But for promoting and marketing and all that, it's a very valuable tool. So hit me up on that email and we can talk about what ideas you have about your Facebook page or just posting links or whatever, man. I'd love to hear from you. Pure Perceived, what's up, buddy? Trying to figure out that CBD recipe. What was I saying earlier? Oh, JC Cat, yeah. About practicing in momentary mindfulness. I've realized like driving or biking, or it doesn't have to be an active thing, but just watching TV, you know, and your mind starts trailing off and you're not even at that moment in time, you're not even watching the show. You know, I catch myself drifting off into those so frequently. And I thought initially that it was like a problem with me, like I had ADD or something like that. But it's really just the lack of practice of mindfulness and bringing yourself back into what you're doing. I also use it as a good gauge of if what I'm doing is valuable of the time that I'm spending on it, if it's worth the time that I'm spending on it. Because if I'm so distracted from what I'm doing, you never know if that's like a sign that you should be doing something else. But it's also a time, like I said, to just like take a deep breath, bring yourself back into your body, and get on with whatever else you're doing. Yeah, I'll let you know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. I just don't want to ruin the butter that I have. I only have like maybe 4 to 6 tablespoons left of can of butter, and I'm trying to infuse it with CBD, CBD isolate. So I don't know if anybody in the chat or anybody watching has knowledge on that. I'd love to hear it, because I'm trying to create an edible, like a banana bread or something like that, where it's a decent ratio. Maybe not half and half, but something along those lines, like a 8 to 2 or something like that. Or that'd be a 4 to 1. Yeah, like 4 to 1, 5 to 1, something like that. But I have the THC butter made, and I have CBD isolate powder, so I'm trying to figure out how to combine them two without creating 2 separate ingredients. You've done quite a few types of meditative practices over the years, but none of it is really helpful in real life if I can't tap into the moment when the shit is hitting the fan. Yeah, I mean, now's the time to practice it, you know, shit is hitting the fan, so perfect time to put that practice into use. I know Pure Perceived is really, really big into meditation. I wish I had that discipline. I don't have that currently, but I know he's super big into it and it's helped him out a lot. So yeah, I need to, I downloaded the Insight Timer. I think somebody recommended it in the last live stream I did, and it worked. It's been, I've used it in the past and it worked very well, but I haven't had time yet to sit down. I had pretty busy last 3 days. Maybe I'll do that today or tomorrow, or I'm definitely looking forward to next weekend because I'll be out in nature, and I plan on waking up early and maybe going paddle boarding or something, and definitely getting back into a meditative or a yoga practice or both. Thanks everybody for tuning in again, though. I can't stress that enough. I really appreciate it. You guys all make this live stream worth doing. You know, hearing everybody's voice and seeing what everybody's up doing on this beautiful Sunday. Where's everybody tuning in from? I know a couple people. I heard South Florida. I heard Ohio. Pure Perceived. I know where you're at. But where's everybody else tuning in from? Hey, Crystal Skull Tuna. What's up? What's up, Amy? You use it. You using like Insight Timer 2, but haven't used it in a while. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's so hard for me to get into the meditative discipline. And I mean, it just, I don't know what it is, right? Because you know it'll help you in whatever it does, like neuro-wise, but I just can't get into the discipline of practicing frequently. I think as long as you go to it as a resource for like symptom relief before you go to something else, you know, it's a good checkpoint on like the getting help list. So if you're having a rough few days where you're stressed out and panicked and you know you can go to meditation, I think that's important. Also, Amy, I wanted to let you know, if you didn't see, I posted the link in the Discord for the tech that I used. Definitely would suggest checking that one out. San Francisco Bay Area, hell yeah. I got some friends out there. How is it currently? How's the weather and everything? How's summer going? Summer is in full swing right now in Chicago. Actually, we had a curfew the past like 5 days that just got lifted, so things are looking better. There was a protest yesterday, 20,000 people in Chicago, no arrests. So I don't know. I feel like the energy is good. Energy is good in the city currently. I think one of the biggest things I've learned lately is about how not forcing anything is key. Yeah, I agree with that. You have to kind of let things come to you, but you also have to go towards things, you know? You have to point your compass in a direction, otherwise you'll be stuck. And I had to learn that the hard way by just not doing much. Like I had money saved up where I could take the last 3 months off of last year and just focus on goals, do online courses, whatever I wanted to do. And I ended up not even doing much or going after my dreams. And I know that's a lot of human error and my own issue. But I think if I would have stayed driven and in the work mindset, things would have changed, you know? Things would have been different, other than just like taking a respite from work. Good weather, curfew lifted, things calming, still lots of mask wearing. Yeah, mask wearing is not going to go away, you know? And I think that's a good thing. I mean, in Japan, it's been a thing. Whenever they're sick or coughing or sneezing or any cold symptoms, it could even be on a hangover, they're out wearing a mask. And it's just because, I don't know if it's what they're taught or what, but I think it helps a lot. And I think that going forward, that's a good lesson learned. It'll be weird though, next year or whenever there's audiences for live entertainment, whether it be like sports, concerts, whatever, how they'll go about bringing that back. Like, will be people be wearing masks during that? I don't see that happening. But I'm a big baseball fan, and I don't think they're going to get a season off this year, so it's a little bit frustrating. But if it all is in good health and everybody else is staying safe, I'm all for it. I'm still wearing my mask though. Masks are mandatory where I'm at in Chicago. You can't go inside a business without one. Sidewalk is a totally different thing, but I do have to get back on the Insight Timer though. I tried like the Cool app or Calm app. That's what I tried. when I ended up getting like a paywall on some of the stuff I wanted to try, so turned me away from it. Yeah, maybe they will. I've seen pics of black tie wearing Asian audiences in opera houses, everyone in a mask. Yeah, I think that's going to be part of the new normal that we form, and I guess we never really took like bacteria seriously. We did, but not in this global scale. Ruben and I always talk about, he always brings up, like, imagine if this was an airborne virus or something that could be in our water system, or, you know, something more intense than this. Like, this is just a dry run for something that could be more severe. So I think everybody's going to just be more ready for it if it happens to come back. Knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't. But it's all a lesson learned, you know. Tell me about Insight Timer. So actually, let me pull up the app and let you know. It's a meditation application for iOS and Android. It's let me pull it up. I'm not sure who designed it, but it's all free meditations, and a lot of them guided. A lot of them guided meditations. Essentially, it's just a timer, you know. But the guided meditation aspect helps you out. I think it also cancels like notifications during it. There's different settings that you can control. Hold on, it's updating. Okay. Yeah, so it's like the icon app, or the app icon is just a singing bowl. So you can find it on any search engine. But they have different ones. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it clearly. Let me pull up my camera view. Okay, so yeah, they have different meditations for different ailments, I guess you could say. Sleep, stress, anxiety, work, learning to meditate, improving relationships. It's all focused. It's kind of like a Spotify for meditation, I guess is a good way of putting it. So they do have like a premium version, but I know a lot of it is accessible without it. They have 16 million users as well. And a lot of like famous philosophers or activists all create their own programs on it. The person that recommended it because Russell Brand's meditations are on it, so I'm going to check that out. Is this like my girlfriend's weight loss app sends her random text like yeah, I bet you there's some. I haven't gotten any notifications. I don't know if I just have them turned off from like a previous use or not, but I could see it being like, hey, you haven't meditated in a week, you might want to hop in or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Those can get really annoying though. Like I had Duolingo on my phone because I took the goal of trying to learn a new language, and it just shames you for not trying to learn if you don't do it in a couple of days. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Amy said different meditation time lengths and also forms you could post in as well. That's awesome. I love all these like specific communities that are popping up with these apps, and I mean like ours or this application. That's so cool. I'll have to check it out though. I'll have to create like a username and everything. I think I'm just using it as a guest currently. Yeah, I am. And they have a 7-day trial for the free, or 7-day free trial for the Plus membership. So I'm gonna have to check this out. I'm gonna do this weekend. I like Ajahn Brahm for guided meditation. Sorry if I butchered that name. Buddhist Society of Western Australia. I'll have to check that out. I haven't. Let me Google him or her. I'm not sure. I've tried. I said in my last live stream, I didn't remember the name of it, but I tried transcendental meditation for a couple days in a row, and like that was nice. There was humming that went along with it that was really, really calming, and I don't know, it feels good, you know, the vibration of it all feels good. Dan Brown meditation. Okay, so there's ones on YouTube that you can do. Guided 30-minute meditations with the guy. I'll have to check one of those out this weekend. Very cool. Thanks for the recommendation. I really appreciate it. Oh, Joshua, what's up, buddy? Glad to have you back in the chat. And thanks for tuning in as always. Hey boy, just did that 6 APB last night. Was indistinguishable from MDMA. Got through some past trauma and didn't even remember. Oh, that you didn't even remember? And I feel refreshed. That's phenomenal. Can you get into any of the specifics at all, or was it kind of just pure bliss the whole way through? Valentine got to the live. Love this channel. Hey, thank you. I think I've seen you in a live chat of one of our premieres of the Help Find the Others podcast. Thank you for coming in and saying what's up. Where are you tuning in from? How's your weekend going? Joshua, yeah, let me know more about that experience. I've never, I guess, dove into 6APB or heard of anybody that's tried it, really. So I'd love to hear more about that. I gotta fix something real quick. Thanks for tuning in, though, Valentine. I'm assuming the accent above the I is teen. It could be off there. Let me know if I butchered your name. I'm sorry. Thank you all for tuning in, though. I really appreciate it. I never know with these live streams, you know, how it's gonna go. So I really appreciate everybody coming in and participating and being a part of this. You're currently growing mushrooms. Whenever they finish growing, I would like to inspire others with my journey. I'm from Argentina. Oh, tremendous, man. How's everything going in Argentina? Thanks for tuning in. You're currently growing mushrooms. Do you know what type of species they are? What sort of tech are you doing? How did you learn how to do it? How did you get into it? I got a ton of questions for you. You'd like to inspire others with your journey. We'd love to have you on the podcast, buddy. Let me post the Help Find the Others email. If at the end of all your experience and your journey that you're trying to talk about it more and reach more people, go ahead and reach out to us to that email, and we'll have you on as a guest. I'd love to hear your story. Also, you could join anybody in here can join the Discord. You really helped me and inspired me to follow this. Oh, awesome, dude. Have you ever had the experience before, or are you just going, you're growing Pensacola? Okay. I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up. Have you ever experienced mushrooms before, or is this going to be your first time? There's a link to our Discord. If anybody in here is not on it, you can hop on in. Pretty active community of really, really great people. There's a couple people in here right now, actually, from the Discord. There's a notification whenever we go live. There's threads for about everything that you need. I'd highly suggest joining that if people haven't. You do not need a food dehydrator. So the setup that Ruben's talked about with me is get damp rid. You know what? I'm not sure if you know what damp rid is, but it's like these little shards of some substance that is a dry shard that absorbs moisture. It's used for like humidity control. So you just get a big Tupperware, get a couple of those dampered containers, put a fan in the Tupperware, like a USB fan or something small, so there's a good airflow, and then have you know, Pensacola or whatever you're growing on the right side, dampered on the left side, or vice versa, and have the fan pointed towards whatever you're growing, and they'll dry out in like 3 days. You don't need a dehydrator though. That's a very expensive way of doing it, but it does both work, you know. Dampered's super cheap. Oh, you know about it. Yeah. Yeah. People put it in their closets. Yep, exactly that. So just get some of that, get a Tupperware, get like a big storage bin, and you'll be good without shelling out for a dehydrator. If you happen to get a dehydrator though at like a thrift store or some sort of deal like that, I mean, no reason to pass up on that. Valentine, you said you just smoke weed, it would be your first time. Well, I wish you the best luck, man. I think it's cool that you're the first time you're not buying it and you're growing it yourself. That's very admirable, and I'm sure that'll affect the experience more so than just buying it randomly from somebody that doesn't know much about what they're selling you, you know? Joshua, you say that you felt encompassed and loved like MDMA and was able to understand the source of some of my pain. Too personal to go into, but I got the courage to talk to someone and bring closure. The main difference between MDMA and 6-APB seems to last 8 hours instead of 4 or 5. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you don't have to get into personal details, but I'm just happy that it went well for you. I've never done MDMA or 6-APB for that matter, but never done MDMA or ecstasy or anything like that. I've heard great things, you know. But like I said, I think I said this last time, I'm just like worried about the come down of the next day and being way bogged down and kind of getting stuck in that. I tend to have fluctuations sometimes like that if I get out of control with substances. Few days in a cardboard box works well too. Does the cardboard absorb it, Amy? Does it absorb the moisture, or do you have to have like a fan going? Oh, are you saying with dampered too? That's what I'm probably missing. I bought a course on Instagram and they shipped me the spores in a solution. Whenever I get to trip, I would like to be on the channel with you and Ruben. Yeah, man. We'd love to have you on here. Really nice community. You got me curious about crypto. Oh, thanks, dude. I'm glad that you're looking into it, you know? A lot of people are against the idea of a new form of currency, I guess, or like reserve currency. So I'm glad you're checking it out. It's a lot to take in at the beginning. But if you understand the basics of it, you can kind of see the importance of what it will become in the future and what the systems of decentralized everything hopefully will become. I feel normal today, no real come down, more of an afterglow like LSD in my opinion. Oh, that's good, dude. Maybe I'll check that out. Yeah, the cardboard absorbs the moisture. Oh, I had no idea. So I had a problem in the past where the harvest was too much, and that's not the problem, but they did not dry because of how much was in there. So I don't think a cardboard box would have worked for that amount. You kind of need to make a contraption of a fan and airflow and damper it, or a dehydrator or something along those lines. Because too much of like a mushroom fresh, no matter what it is, you know, it could be reishi or chicken of the woods or something like that, it can start growing again even after you pick it or cut it. So it's dicey. Here we are in a total lockdown. It's crazy. It's like, well, maybe lots of boxes. Yeah, right. Put like 10 in each one and just order a lot from Amazon before, and you'll be good. You got your boxes. Ruben, what's up, buddy? How's your day going, man? Hopefully your weekend's going good. You said you're outside a ton, so hope everything's going well. I told you a little bit when I texted you about my trip that I'm going on. But I'm going to Indianapolis, or a town outside of Indianapolis, where there's some property with decent amount of acreage and like a pond to go swimming in. And I'm about to just get away from everything. It's going to be phenomenal. Valentine saying, here we are on a total lockdown. It's crazy. It's like a Hollywood movie. Police cars and officers on street preventing people to go to the streets. I still walk your dog. You're lucky you live close to a river, so there's a lot of nature around. That's good, man. Getting consumed by all of this can kind of make you go mad a little bit, you know? I kind of went through that. Not mad as in angry, but mad as in crazy. Because all the injustice that's being amplified on social media and all that against human rights, it hurts, you know? The energy of it is very negative. And you kind of have to unplug from it for a little bit. Still stay informed. There's no doubt you shouldn't be aware of what's going on or informed or active. But doing it all day, every day, and reading about it all day, every day can hurt. So I'm glad there's nature around you. And I'm glad that you can get out there and walk your dog. That's awesome. I'm in a similar situation where there's a curfew, or there was a curfew. National Guard was active down my street. Police cars being deployed. It was a lot, man. And I think it's all part of, you know, the quarantine, like, of the coronavirus. It sucks that this had to come in the middle of all this, you know. It's like another nail. You want to grow hen of the woods. Looks to be a bit of a challenge in the tropics. Yeah, I don't know. I've never looked into it. I know a lot of people grow reishi mushrooms because it helps their cognitive ability. And there's a ton of claims for like immune support and all of that. And it's expensive. It's an expensive mushroom, but you can grow it pretty easily, I think, like in a tub. So I know a lot of people grow that. I don't know about chicken in the woods, though, just because I think it's pretty common, like when you're walking around, to see. Joshua, you were using 6-APB for COVID traumatic stress disorder. Well, I'm hoping that it cured that, you know, or at least gave you some insight on it all. I was actually thinking about how, like, this keeping everybody in their homes, you know, shelter in place and all that, how that alone is traumatic. Amy, gotta go for now and eat lunch, maybe back in a little bit. All right, Amy, if not, have a good day. I hope you have a good lunch. Stay safe, and I'm sure we'll be talking. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I've been thinking about how, like, the shelter in place orders and all that have alone will cause some sort of PTSD, you know? And it's going to be something that everybody's going to have to deal with. It's odd, you know, being told that you can't go to the places that you go to every day, or being told you can't work or let loose of a job, or, you know, there's a whole spectrum of bad that has happened with this. All the way to like death due to the disease, or due to the virus, you know? So it's going to be a countrywide healing that should occur, but I don't know how quick it's going to happen. I really got the sense while rolling that people's hearts are filled with love here in America. It's just the system doesn't give us the opportunity to really show it, except for when people come together peacefully to remember an innocent life. Yeah, I agree. That I think everybody's born. You can't say that a baby isn't innocent, you know, or isn't good. And I think everybody does have love in their hearts, you know. That could be the opportunist in me speaking. But I think going into meeting people for the first time, it's important to have an open heart and but think that they have the best interests in their heart, just like you do, you know. It's just the system doesn't give us an opportunity to really show it. Yeah, I think going after money and status and power, we're evolving to the point that I don't think the group mindset is focused towards those things. I think everybody just, I'm hoping, or at least all I can speak on is my perspective. My perspective is that my end goal is to just be happy and comfortable. That's not a monetary goal. That's not a hierarchy goal. It's just me being happy with what I have around me, more so in like human relationships. And I'd like to think that a lot of people are going in that direction, the direction of finding their own happiness and having that be the end goal, not a 6-figure salary and expensive luxury items, things like that. I think that American dream is kind of going away. But it is, Joshua, I don't know if you were in here when I was talking about the protests that went down in Chicago yesterday, but there was 20,000 people peaceful protesting, no arrests. And that's like the first time I think that's happened. And it's just awesome seeing everybody come together. Anybody else planning to trip during the quarantine though? Joshua did. I know some people in our Discord have. I know some people planning on doing it. What's everybody thinking? I can't stop thinking about the situation like an opportunity. Suddenly bizarre and unimaginable events are happening, so everything is possible in a good way too. I agree. I completely agree with you. It's a door that wasn't there before that's now almost forcefully being pried open. You're planning to move. That's awesome, dude. I think that's important. If you want to go, and I think a lot of people now, like, especially with remote work, like, that is one of the biggest components that will shift our economy, I think, is this remote work. And now companies were forced to do it, see that it can go well. I know that there's some settings that remote work isn't the best. Like, I don't think education in a remote setting, learning over Zoom, it's not going to produce the best results. But stuff like desk jobs, sales jobs, lawyers even, they can do their work over Zoom. You don't have to be in person. And I think that's going to bring about pretty great change and allow more freedom to the working class and people that want to live wherever they want to live. Internet's going to be available everywhere. Speeds will obviously differ, but the goal is to have satellite internet everywhere, right? I think that's where Silicon Valley and a lot of the tech leaders are going. Google, Elon Musk, Tesla, all that. I think they are driving the force towards internet for everybody, internet everywhere. So you're going to have the option to live wherever. If you want to live in the middle of the forest and use satellite internet to answer your emails, you're going to have that option. And it's coming quickly. It's coming very, very quickly. And I think this has just sped that process up. So yeah, man, if you want to move. Where are you thinking about moving? Talked about this a little in the last live stream I did, but my goal is to, by the end of this year, to secure a van or a small bus or something in between, something incredibly unique, and decking it out so I can live out of it and travel. And I'll have my 4G internet. I can still do podcasts. I could still do live streams. I can connect to Walmart's Wi-Fi or a library's Wi-Fi or something like that. But it does feel like now's the time. If you've been thinking of a change for the better, I think now's the time. I think we are finally seeing people fed up with the nonsense we have been told by the media and are coming together to have their voice heard. I think this is a sign that the times are changing and for the good. But when bad things happen, it's easy to lose sight of that. Yeah, dude, I agree. I mean, even with all the looting that went on, during this process, you could tell that the media was trying to grip to that story more than the injustice that was occurring. And now that the looting kind of, it seems it has stopped, or at least paused, now all that there is peaceful protest and masses coming out for it. And it's incredible. I just think like we've been, the power has been removed from the individual. The power has been removed from the citizen. And we are showing that we have the numbers, we have the numbers. So you have to listen to us. It's enough is enough, When bad things happen, it's easy to lose sight that the times are changing for the good. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I just think it sucks that change happens so slowly. This is something I've been thinking about. Change happens so slowly, and it's just like meditative practice. It's an ongoing thing. We aren't going to see all these changes immediately, but demonstrating our right and peacefully protesting and letting our voices be heard on social media and at town halls with local governments, all of that it's an equation. All that adds up to the change, the positive change. No small act goes unnoticed, a lot of the times the small act is amplified. I saw on social media the other day just an older lady in Florida in her town. She was the only person protesting. She's 80 years old. And, that's going to get amplified because it's powerful, I get the chills thinking about it, really. It's time to stand up, Been time, but we got the spark that the country needed, it seems. A very unfortunate spark, but it's there now. But yeah, that topic it's a heavy topic, and the energy around it is, you can consume too much of the negative, and you can consume too much of the good. It's just like anything. You have to be in that Goldilocks zone where it's just right. Stay informed, stay aware, but don't drive yourself crazy, Do what you can with your platforms. We're trying to do an episode about it too on here and just try to reach as many people as we can. We'll probably do that soon. My buddy who was on a podcast previously, Kaboo, we talked about like his journey with weed or whatever, but he is a lawyer, and we want to have him on to talk about systemic injustice and the law behind it and his perspective as a first generation Nigerian American. So hopefully we can get that out soon and get him on here soon. And if anybody has any guests that they want us on, if they want to have us on or want us to reach out to, let us know. We're always looking for new people to come on. I have to go. See you in Discord. Keep it up. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna keep it up. I wanted to get this live stream out. Maybe do one more. I'm leaving on Thursday, so maybe do one more before that if we don't record a podcast for the weekend. We'll see. But I appreciate you tuning in. I hope everything is well in Argentina. Have a great rest of your Sunday, buddy. I'll see you in the Discord as well. I'm there under the same name. What else is everybody thinking about? It's hard to avoid the topic that is everywhere right now of the peaceful protests and all that. But what else is everybody thinking about, working on, projects, goals, things of that nature? I'd love to hear about everybody that tunes in. I'd love to hear from you all. Also, a question I posed earlier, but would definitely want to ask now again, is if anyone has any ideas of expanding Help Find the Others, any ideas that they've thought about a community that they'd create, let us know in the chat or reach out to us, and we'd love to have some anything new and innovative we'd love to hear about. So let us know. I'm currently at like 1 hour, I think, on the stream. So we'll see how it keeps going, see if people keep participating. And if so, I'll keep going. But I kind of want to just hop on and see how everybody was enjoying their Sunday and finish my, I have an iced coffee here, finish my iced coffee, and then probably head out and see what's up. See what's up in the real world. Plan out my week, do some journaling maybe. I've been thinking though about a big topic that's been on my mind has been critical thinking and the importance of critical thinking. And it goes along the same lines of finding a balance between everything, a yin and a yang, you know? You have to not be swayed too easily. And in these times, I feel like it's easy to be swayed dramatically to one side or another, whatever the topic may be or whatever the emotion may be. But it's important to have that critical thinking skill in your mind and the ability to put yourself in other people's shoes or know when your emotions are out of whack or anything like that. Thinking a lot about the idea of work, what work is valuable and how and why. Yeah, I think you need to find, as cliche as it is, you know, what is it like? If you find a job that you love doing, you're not working, something like that. I don't know if I really believe in that. I think, unfortunately, work is necessary to have capital gain and acquire more currency. So I think you can look at it in that regard where it's like the importance of work is just so that I can live. But that's kind of a fucked up way of looking at work. I think the end goal for me with work is finding something where I'm helping people. Finding something that I can see the benefit before me. I think that's the most value, you know, and there's no monetary value you can really put to that. I mean, at the top monetary value of that scale would be like, you know, doctors and medical practitioners probably. But at the bottom, it could be volunteering or creating some innovative item or way of thinking that hits a lot of people. You know, it's really broad spectrum, but I think it is just to help people is the most value. Isaac Spradlin, what's up, buddy? What's up, fam? How are you doing today? Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Where are you tuning in from? I think I've talked to you on a previous live stream. I could be wrong, but I think you've been in here before. But yeah, the idea of work is something that I've struggled with, really. I graduated from university and took a pretty clear-cut, somewhat of a desk job. It was in the music, a little bit of a music industry, a little bit of a university setting, a mixture of the both. And it was all right. I couldn't dedicate myself to the bureaucracy of the university side. I love the music side. But the 8 to 5, 9 to 5, you know, office politics side of work, I couldn't do. I mean, that was lessons that stuck with me since. Now I just do website development on my own time. But I don't know, the office politics of it all and being somebody that you aren't in the workplace kind of was a big turnoff for me from traditional work, I guess. I thought I'd mention with the 6-APB as well as MDMA seems to have a very positive effect on muscle tension. I'd had a good day, or I'd had a good, but you'd have soreness in your legs from leg day. And I watched the Guru episode of Avatar and the Last Airbender as I came up on 6-APB and felt like I opened my chakras, and then ended up doing yoga for half the roll, and I felt highly recovered from soreness from the stretching on the roll. Stretching is the best. Yeah, it definitely is nice, man. Stretching is awesome. You can easily be a tense ball of human, and it affects your mood, it affects your mental process, can affect everything, I think stretching is really important. I haven't been doing it. I've been really tense, and I'm trying not to let it affect like who I am, my well-being. But I think not doing it definitely has an impact on it. I guess my well-being could be better due to stretching. So I need to start doing that. Dingleberry Dreams, what's up, buddy? Has anyone here tried 4-ACO DMT? I think Joshua has, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there you go. He's tried it. But stretching is vitally important to anybody's well-being and like positive mindset. I think there's a release that you can feel after a really good stretch. I'm just at the starting point of it though, and I'm not able to get like those super deep stretches yet, but I'm working on it. Yeah, Dingleberry, Joshua has. Yeah, it is a mushroom analog. Supposedly creates similar effects. Shrooms, but no nausea. We had somebody on to talk about his experience, I think strictly with 4-ACO on the podcast, and he mentioned that it felt less natural than mushrooms. I forget how he explained it, but I think that was the conclusion he had. I'm not sure if that was in the experience or just a body feeling or what, but I think, like I said, I think that's the conclusion that the user had. Jesse Cat, what's your thoughts on work though? What have you been coming to the conclusion about? I mean, currently I'm collecting unemployment, so like I'm not the best guy to probably talk about work, but what's your thoughts? I'm at a point too, like just like Valentine was saying about moving or going towards a new direction, or if there's a change you've been thinking about for a long time. I've been thinking about that with my line of work, and whether it be new training I have to do or university schooling or like a trade school of some sort, I've been looking into those as well, or just self-taught education like Coursera or something like that, online courses. I'm trying to get to the point that I can market my skills either differently or just market brand new skills under a different company or LLC. Yo, Rich, what's up, buddy? Hey, Stahn and crew, just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hey, buddy, I hope your new project, new abode is all well. I miss talking to you, man. We'll have to hop on a call sometime and bounce ideas off each other soon. Thanks for stopping by and saying what's up. I hope your weekend's going well. Hopefully you have like really great weather and all. Sounds compelling, and I like the idea of consistent dosage with 4-ACO. Yeah, you know what you're getting into, right? So it's not like you don't know the potency of this, or a weight could be 3 grams of mushrooms, but if they aren't potent, it could be, you might not feel it, So I know with 4-ACO, it's one of those things where it's like almost volumetric dosing, like 1 PLSD or something like that. I have internet this week. Love y'all. Love you too, man. I'm glad you got internet. I'm hoping that ISP search I sent you helped you out. I'm not sure if you had to choose satellite or whatnot, but I'm glad that you got it up and running. I'm glad you can plug back into the grid a little bit, you know. Thinking about a side hustle because it's been 7 months since I lost my job. My problem is lack of ideas. Yeah, you do art though, right? Maybe it's time to recenter your goals towards an artistic and creative line of work. I don't know, you know. I'm just putting forth something maybe that you've haven't addressed, you know. I think that your art is tremendous, and maybe it's just about reaching more people now that are art collectors or art buyers. That could be really cool. I'd love to be able to paint on that level and sell creative work like that. That's something that gets me going. Full disclosure, I'm pro UBI. Much valuable work is not monetarily compensated. Being free from my regular job for a while, I was able to make a little cash sewing masks for my neighbors. It was very creative, fun, but being back at my regular job doesn't seem to allow the time and energy. Yeah, the rigidity of the common workplace is such a deterrent from like good energy and positive work. I think it's just one of those things that some people are made for it, you know, but if you have that creative itch, I don't think you're going to be made for it. I think it's, in my own experience, like I said, I went through that where you think that going to university, getting your degree, and going into the workforce is going to bring you this sense of accomplishment and this sense of happiness. And I wasn't able to find it there. It was when I created my own schedule and went and sought out my own clients and didn't have a boss, you know, that I was able to find something that worked for me. It's still not perfect, but it works for me. And I'm able to inject a little bit of creativity in. And if it's not creativity in the work I'm doing, I still have time to explore different creative endeavors. But Amy, maybe, like I said, maybe it's time to go towards the art again. I don't know how things went for you in the past with that, but we have this community now, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of support. It's also a deterrent to the pursuit of happiness. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier, right? It's I think a lot of people's goals are being focused now towards happiness and comfortability instead of monetary goals. Like people that are maybe we're shooting for, say, this summer to retire have to keep going. Stocks are plummeting, you know, or have plummeted. So they have to keep going if they want the most out of their retirement fund. So the value of a monetary goal, a long-term monetary goal, doesn't have that much weight, whereas focusing on a lifetime of happiness and a pursuit of happiness every day, every 24 hours is invaluable. There's no value you can put on that. Yeah, on the art, thanks. People aren't into buying stuff as much as they are experiences. Pro UBI 2, was an Am Yang Gang, and cynical about DNC now. Having UBI would help me with my side hustle. Yeah, Amy, I'm not sure. I know you took a job doing Salesforce work, if not mistaken. We talked about it. Were you able to collect unemployment on that? I'm not sure because I don't have UBI, but my state has PUA, which is Corona specific unemployment cases, and I was able to get approved for that. And I can treat my unemployment as UBI and pursue other goals or fund other goals. And I'm just saving it for the time being and like using it for rent and obvious crisis type things or essential type purchases. But the rest I'm saving until I get the itch, and I'm thinking it's going to be a van or a vehicle or something like that to travel in. I think if you save the money, you save the unemployment money. Okay, so you said you're in employment. You got the extension. Great. Now's the time to go. You know, now's the time to fund whatever you've been waiting to fund, or if you've been wanting to create an exhibit or and something that people participate in, like you said, experiences, creating an art experience or whatever. It could be something completely unrelated to art. Now that you have that financial help, use it. You know, now's the time to use it. Oh, it barely covers expenses. I'm sorry. I'm in a different boat. Sorry, I can't tell you how to live because your situation is entirely different. I'm fortunate in my unemployment that it's enough to save on top of paying my expenses. I'm in probably a less expensive area than you are, where the cost of living is down though. I'm glad though that you don't have to worry about the next paycheck, because that alone can give you that peace of mind. I didn't get approved for unemployment until probably a week ago. And before that, I was just about to like get into my savings, you know, and start using that to pay rent and start using it to buy groceries and food. And I didn't want to touch my savings, and somehow the universe worked out where I got approved and got my back pay and all that. Um oh well, we have 9 viewers in here. I hope everybody's doing well. If there's a topic you want to talk about, go ahead and chime in. Let me know where you're watching from. Hope everybody's doing good today. I know I got a decent amount of energy in me right now, so I wanted to hop on and see how everybody's doing. Spread some good energy. Just talking about creativity and the value of work and how that's kind of shaping into something else with all this, you know. This quarantine and the protests and stay-at-home orders, curfews, all that is molding the economy as well. Not only civil rights issues, but also how we do work, you know. And I think a lot of people are going to be working remote, and that offers a new quality of life that a lot of people can't have, that haven't had, sorry, and the ability to go wherever they want as long as they have internet. My buddy, who's an attorney or an associate of an attorney, he does all of his depositions on Zoom now. And you know, there was an adjustment period, but after that, they're super easy, you know. I'll have to check out her YouTube channel. I don't think I've checked hers out. Maybe I have. I'll throw her a sub as well. What creative projects is everybody getting into? Amy, what in terms of employment and experience or whatever, what are you trying to go towards? Is there any new goal that you're looking to start training in or start creating? You're not sure yet of what you're going to pursue? Used to have an affiliate website that earned money. That's awesome. And you just promote your site and people would click through that. It seems like that's how a lot of people are making money virtually nowadays. Oh, you sold it in October. Gotcha. Yeah, people on YouTube, I feel like, make money that way. Like, we've been, for Help Find the Others, somebody that was on our podcast, Perspective Shifts. I think that's the name of his YouTube channel. But he was telling us, like, you know, with the subscribers that we have, we could do affiliate links on Amazon for, say we talk about Michael Pollan's book, and then you throw that in your description. That's how you can make money. We haven't done that yet, but I've seen that a lot, the affiliate links, and I've seen a lot of people making a decent amount of money off that. Setting up tentatively to grow some fungi. Apparently it's a thing right now. Yeah, a lot of people are going about doing it themselves, you know? Instead of like waiting for their dealer or legalization or any other route. A lot of people are just saying, screw it, I'm gonna grow it and I'll do it my way, you know? I've seen that a lot as well. One of those things that keeps popping up. It's like Wim Hof, you know? It's just one of those things that keep popping up that you see. UFOs. There's some like wave to it. I think I might hop off here in about 15 minutes though, if things don't pick up dramatically or anything. I might have to make lunch or breakfast or something. My stomach is making noises. Problem is, you end up working for Google or YouTube, and any changes they make affect your business or go out of business. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. You're still, they're kind of the boss in the equation. I agree with that. But I think it allows the user to have a ton of freedom. You know, it gives you a lot more freedom than a routine job does. Like, out of the blue, Google and YouTube, I mean, Google owns YouTube, so YouTube could say no affiliate links and descriptions, and a ton of people would lose revenue on that. But you still have a channel that can reach a ton of people. You can, not a good time to put all one eggs in the same basket. I agree. And a lot of YouTube channels branch out and do merch or clothing lines or services that you pay for, and you use your YouTube more as a marketing thing than anything. We don't have any grand goal like that for Help Find the Others. I'm just talking about it, improvising, you know, impromptu, talking about growing a YouTube channel and marketing it. Same thing with a website, you know. If you aren't a self-hosted website, the host company can do whatever they want with it. You don't technically own it. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people having struggles with YouTube. And that's the reason, I'm sure that's part of the reason why Joe Rogan's going to Spotify, you know, is that the censorship of YouTube allowed for, or didn't allow for, a fluid podcast always. There had to be audio and video manipulation by the engineer to make sure there was no copyright claims incoming, no strikes to the channel. And it's an algorithm-based thing, so quite often, unless you escalate a claim against your channel, you aren't dealing even with a human being. You're dealing with a robot that's or a software, I should say, that goes through your video, goes through the audio, detects certain copyright claims that could appear. It's just annoying. There's really no freedom and creativity in that regard. I mean, even people that use like the Creative Commons license and don't monetize their video, they get flagged. They get their videos taken down just as well. It's AI, yeah. No, exactly. And there's nothing with the amount of data being uploaded to YouTube. They don't really have an option. You know, it's not like they could hire the workforce that can sift through every video and determine whether or not there is copyright material. They need that AI to take out the full movie uploads of a movie that's on DVD or in the theaters, you know? They need that. But for people that are using it in their podcast as a reference, it's a shame that there's copyright issues there. It's a shame that when Ruben and I want to talk about something that there's a great visual representation of, I can't show it, you know? It's disappointing. And I think there's changing. I think there's going to be a new platform, or at least YouTube will start being more flexible. But until YouTube loses some of its big users, like Joe, like I don't know who else is gone really, but if YouTube starts losing users, they'll be forced to make changes. I really want to upload full movies. Funny you mention it. Yeah, I mean there are full movies on there. I saw somebody that was in a chat. I think it was a live chat of an episode that we premiered that I was in moderating. He posted a link of his video, and it was Fantastic Fungi, the documentary. He had the full version on his YouTube channel, and nobody's taking it down. But like when you have, you know, 20th Century Fox and like DreamWorks and like the big publishing houses, they have their legal teams and teams of people sifting YouTube, doing more than the AI just to strike claims on these videos. Put them in live premiere and invite to chat friends. Does live premiere not have their AI really go through it? Still on my channel also. Yeah. Maybe it was you that sent me the link. Shit. I don't remember. Live premiere and invite to chat friends. I've got to try that out though. I don't know if like the AI process goes through the premiere or not. Thought that it would, because you kind of upload the video beforehand, you know. But anyways, I'm gonna go for about 8 more minutes. Make it a clean hour and a half of a stream. So let me know in the chat if there's anything that you want to talk about, or any other topics that have been on your mind during all this. I'd love to hear voices of everyone. I think we got away with it with Fantastic Fungi because it was downloaded for a fee. Okay. But you could make that case for anything, right? I mean, you can download movies at a cost online digitally. And that doesn't mean you can upload it though. The redistribution of it is illegal. I think the Fantastic Fungi thing is like the creators aren't going to go out of their way to search for copyright claims. You know, they understand that this is a way of expanding their marketing, expanding the exposure, and expanding the ideas that they're presenting. Like MLB, I'm a sports guy, so MLB, NBA has this issue. NBA and the commissioner is totally okay with people uploading highlights, people uploading. He won't allow full games, but you know, he understands that social media and this form of media is here to stay and only helps. It only helps. Whereas the MLB is very, very strict, and they want all the highlights to be under their MLB trademark. They don't want any users to clip highlights or anything like that, because they'll give you a copyright claim. So And guess which one is having issues reaching younger audiences? And it's the MLB, you know? It's a no-brainer. NFL does the same thing where they want all the highlights under their under their YouTube channel. But they have a problem reaching younger audience as well. Like if it wasn't for fantasy football, they wouldn't reach them. It's the same thing with MLB, you know, and they don't have a fantasy football aspect that's really that strong. They have fantasy baseball, but it's not as strong of a following. But yeah, I mean, this stuff's here to stay, you know. So it's like getting with the times, and it seems like the NBA is really the only of the major sports that's really with the times when it comes to stuff like this. Let me grab our Twitter and our Instagram. I'm trying to grow those a little bit. I'm gonna post them in the chat. I'm not really like focusing on the growth of them, but I think any platform that we can use to post our links or anything like that will end up helping us out in the long run. So let me let those in chat. One more time, I'm going to post the Discord, and I think I'm going to head out. Before I go, and there's the Discord. Please join if you haven't joined the Discord. Before I go, I do want to say thank you to everybody that's tuned in and made this something special for me. And I hope that all of you have a great day. I'm going to go through and thank everybody real quick that participated in the chat. Christopher Lee, JC Cat, thanks for communicating for the large portion of this. I really appreciate you. Adam Stieber, I'll be talking to you, buddy. I know you're not in here anymore, but I hope you're having a good day at work. Pure Perceived, I will see you on the Discord. Amy, same thing. Thanks for participating in the chat. I hope whatever endeavor you point your compass towards will be the one. I really do. I know that you put a lot of work into everything that you do, so all the best to you. Joshua, thanks for tuning in as always. Valentine, I hope everything in Argentina goes well. I hope you pursue your moving goals and everything else that you communicated with me. Thank you for sharing that part of you. Ruben, I shouldn't have to thank you. Isaac, thanks for saying what's up, buddy. Dingleberry Dreams, thanks for coming in here for all the streams, I believe. Rich, we'll be in communication, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. And I think that's it. Amy, maybe I'm selfish, but I like our small community. I do too. I think me and Ruben aren't in the goal of blowing this community up to say 100,000 followers on YouTube or anything. If it happens, it happens. But I do think there are more really awesome like-minded people that we have to still reach out for, you know, keep putting the beacon out for. They'll come our way and we'll meet more people like you, JC Cat, Josh, everyone, you know. There are more of us out there and we just need to find them. Thanks for the stream, Stahn. Have a great day. Thanks, man. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, we'll be talking soon. Like I said, if we don't do podcast recording today, or sorry, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I'll probably do a live stream on Wednesday. I want to maybe publicize it 24 hours in advance so people can tune in. I still have to find the right time, if it's morning, afternoon, or night. I'll probably do either morning or night for the next one. Take care, Josh. Happy Sunday, everyone. Yeah, happy Sunday, everyone. I'm gonna hop off. I'm a minute short of an hour and a half, but that's good for me. I'm gonna grab some food. I hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. Stay safe. Go after what you've been planning on. Now's the time. Take care, everybody. Next live stream potentially Wednesday. Look out on the YouTube community page and look out on the Discord. There will be some notice there, and we'll do this again. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Take care, buddies.